Hey, it's Bobby Bones with some exciting news. Open booking is here for the Top Shelf Country Cruise, setting sail February 2026 aboard the luxurious Celebrity Reflection. Spots are filling up fast, so book your stateroom today or sign up to become a lineup insider to receive the final lineup 48 hours prior to the public. Don't miss your chance to make February 2026 unforgettable. Visit TopShelfCountryCruise.com. That's TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
But I don't even like basketball, though.
Yeah, but you don't have to enjoy it just to watch the story of one of the greatest basketball teams ever.
I mean, it sounds kind of like a prerequisite, though.
I mean, it's not, though. It's
Okay, what I would do is I would buy like $1 million in Facebook ads and influence the election. That's what I would do. I would do it right away.
Ooh, good one. I like that.
That's because I'm smart.
Yeah, I'd shoot an electric car into space.
Also good.
Amazing,
Right?
Amazing.
Guys, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Noah, we all just pitched in for the mega trillions, and we're talking about what we're going to do with the money. Yeah, so after I do the car into space thing, I'd wait for a crisis and then throw a bunch of money at it, and if anyone questioned my sincerity, I'd call him a pedo on Twitter.
Okay, that's so good. Why didn't I think of that? I feel
That's great.
phenomenal.
Right?
I see what's going on. Okay, let me try. I'd start a business that relies really heavily on production, and then I would make workers pee in bottles instead of taking bathroom breaks.
Ooh, yeah, all right, you're getting the hang of it.
Okay,
Cecil gets it. I got the best one. Okay, I would get a private jet and pretend to be associated with Harvard, right? But actually, I make my living acting as a pimp for
No,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Absolutely
Well,
not.
it has a happy ending. I kill myself in prison. Or do you? I do, Heath.
He does. Yeah, he kills himself.
Hillary Clinton. Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, a podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. I'm Heath, and I'm joined by the usual panel of statistical anomalies. White guys podcasting. We're like lotto winners.
Yeah,
Don't just give these away. And speaking of anomalies, first up, two men who ate way too much sausage deep dish, got embarrassed, and became gout liars. Tom and
Liars is
Cecil.
so good. So good.
Thank you. Just Cecil.
So good.
I will say I ate the right amount of deep dish sausage pizza. Gout has always been a life goal of mine. Hashtag dreams. Hashtag dreams.
Can confirm.
To be honest, I'm surprised more Trump supporters don't have gout because they're obsessed with butter emails. You know, they're so obsessed with it.
That is excellent.
Oh, they're going pun for pun in the very beginning.
Well done.
Duking it out like the Titans we are, Heath.
God damn.
Careful, they'll put you on ESPN. They're looking for material. And also joining me is the official slender man on the fat tail of the intelligence bell curve. Noah, welcome back.
Wait, hold on a second. I need to graph that shit out and see if that was a compliment or an insult. Hold on.
Definitely a
Geometry.
compliment. And you stay thin by being in kurtosis. Kurtosis. Are you fucking kidding me? So many. If there's one statistician, dietitian out there who gets that, Atkins, skew, kurtosis,
They're not going to get it because I'm going to cut it from the episode. So there's no way they're going to hear it.
so good. Maybe you can mail it out like a flyer. Best joke that's ever happened. And last but not least, we have the most recent Powerballed lottery winner. Please welcome Eli.
Hey, if I had $1 for every hair still on my head, I'd take each and every one of you out for a gumball.
It would be the one, we'd split the one gumball, but yeah.
Yeah, but you could all come.
All right, let's get right into it. Tell us, Cecil, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomenon, or event are we going to be talking about today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about unlucky lottery players. No, I mean, well, I guess a small section of that, which is unlucky lottery winners. So that's a small section.
And Tom, you obviously enjoy hearing about rich people wasting their money as much as I do. Are you ready to tell us about the Bloomberg campaign?
Well, I just hope this episode isn't quite as short-lived, actually.
All right. So how'd you land on the topic of unlucky lottery winners?
You know, I got to thinking about how people lie and they say stupid shit like money can't buy happiness. And then how they think that because they're poor and then that's probably their fault. And so I read this story about this lucky lottery winner, and I thought, okay, I get it. Money can buy happiness, but you have to be the kind of person that's worth having the money. It's like,
Oh my God.
it's like those bumper stickers you get when you get one of those free dogs at the lost and found dog store, and it has that like a paw print or whatever, and it says, "Who rescued who?" And that's how you get a garbage dog, and that makes you a better person. And now you get a bumper sticker, and you can show off all about that. And so
God.
I figured like winning the lottery is just like that. Like no one really deserves to be rich, but if you get rich, it only makes you a better person if you rescue the lottery ticket.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah, Heath?
that story you just told makes no sense.
No.
Just
Yeah,
none at
there's
all.
no
What?
shower
Yeah,
there.
but I know. My story's a little light. I'm just looking for some filler, kind of flesh it out.
Okay. Is that why you wrote your essay in 17-point font and really wide margins?
Tom, we read this, right? Like the page count doesn't make it longer to read.
Okay, yeah, but I was counting on your corrections to kind of, again, flesh it out.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay,
a little
counterpoint.
bit,
Tom insulted rescue dogs and poor people during the COVID crisis in his intro. I don't think we have to worry about people listening to the end. I think he's sort of it's gonna work itself out in payroll.
All right, they love me. They'll listen for me. Anyway, on to the
Who
story.
rescued whom, by the way?
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Dogs don't matter. Everyone wants to win the lottery, right? Because obviously having massive amounts of sudden money will make you a better, happier person. And look, I know that that's true because suddenly losing all your money definitely makes it harder to be your best, most pleasant self. So the reverse must be true. And lots of us play the lottery, which is where you spend a couple of dollars so that when you dream about killing your boss, you can also dream about affording a really good lawyer afterwards.
Johnny
And
Cochran.
as amazing as it would be to win, it doesn't unfortunately always work out for everyone.
The lottery also, Tom, contributes to public schools. In my high school geometry book, we had a scratch-off ticket answer section. It was really great.
All right. Well, the lottery's obviously not contributing enough to public school math departments. If they were, then people, wouldn't keep playing the lottery. What is happening?
Right, but there should be like somewhere there's a dollar amount on them lottery tickets where we achieve homeostasis, right? Like the worse we get at the math, the better funded the math education gets, and the better we get at math, the less we invest in it.
Homeostasis.
Lottery is smart if you're not the one playing it. That's my point.
All right, guys, you can't win if you don't play. Huh?
Can't win because you don't win. It's can't win because you don't win.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's clear.
I didn't think that you were going to get it.
Aw, come on, guys. I mean, Keith, just think about what you would do with all that money. Money.
What are you doing, Eli? What is that?
You're going to doodly do. You're supposed to doodly do.
I thought you guys just doodly dude. I didn't think you're gonna repeat stuff. I never did that repeat stuff
Run
before.
an interstitial segment throughout the show scene, such as
Fine. I will do the harp gliss. Thank you very much.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
That's a hill I'm gonna die on is harp gliss.
Heath,
And right.
Hey, guys. Come on in. Party's just getting started.
Dude, congrats again on winning the lottery.
Yeah. Thanks, Noah. Thanks.
I like what you did with your apartment.
Right?
It is a little chilly in here though.
what is that? Is that black glass? What is that?
What? No. This is my Scotchatorium.
Ooh.
Your Scotchatorium?
Yup, that's right. Everything in the apartment is made of Flagabloonlin 14. The walls, the furniture, everything.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, is that the cast of Saved by the Bell though?
It is. Yes, they live here now. Hey, Zach, come here. Say hi to my friends.
Heath, my name is Mark.
Up, 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 up.
I mean, hi, I'm Zach Morris.
Classic Zach Morris. All right, now get out of here.
Seriously?
I said go away.
Fine, jeez.
I like the fruit paintings. Those must be fruit paintings.
Oh, those are snozberries.
Ah, and let me guess, they taste like snozberries?
What? No, they taste like scotch, Cecil. Pay attention.
Oh, okay.
Scotchatorium.
Okay.
Is okay.
Rub it in.
I will.
So this story has a really sad beginning because it begins in a Waffle House in Alabama. So
Not great.
yeah. On Sunday, March 7th, 1999, Tonda Dickerson was a waitress at Waffle House when Edward Seward ate breakfast and left Tonda a lottery ticket for a tip. This was something he did frequently, as he was, evidently, both a cheapskate and a Waffle House regular. A sentence which is, I realize, redundant in nearly every way.
Yeah. It still seems like an odd way to tip, though.
And how was everything today, sugar?
Just fine, thank you. And this here's for you.
Are you tipping me a nickel?
Of course not, madam. What do I look like, some kind of cheapskate? If you flip that nickel 10,000 times and get heads up every time, I will tip you $1 million.
Wow, thanks.
Actually, that's a terrible tip. He's very clearly just doing like a thing with math.
Get out of
There's no
sketch
chance
now.
you're
Get out
not
of
going
sketch.
Nobody wants-
Nobody wants you in this.
money.
Nobody wants your fancy numbers here, boy.
Can't play if you don't win.
I hate you guys.
Fucking love that one.
Also, don't ask me how I know this, but one of Tonda's coworkers was pregnant. So,
Is it because she worked for Waffle House?
yes.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Now,
easy
there's
guess.
no word on the breakfast, so it's impossible to know if Edward ate his hash browns scattered, smothered, chunked, covered, topped, or, simply with a little bit of errant cigarette ash across the top. But
It works.
it's almost
Yeah.
certainly the latter one. What we do know is that the lottery ticket left to Dickerson instead of money turned out to be a winner, a $10 million winner.
Okay, for a fucking absolute cheapskate, though, that guy left more total worth in tips in his lifetime than I have. So,
Well, yeah, but all of yours were on purpose, though, Cecil.
So Dickerson elected to receive her winnings in the form of $375,000 paid annually for 30 years. This, I have to digress. This, by the way, this is generally what you are supposed to do. The lump sum option is fucking stupid. If you ever win the lottery, first become a patron at the Eli will blow you if the price is right level. Then take the fucking annuity.
Eli Bosnick, go on down.
Damn right.
Seriously, if you just do the math,
Price
this
is
is
right.
more money overall, and it's way less taxes. It's just, okay. So anyway, Dickerson was off to a good start. It's literally the only good thing that is going to happen to her in this story.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get over the fact that in Tom's head, there is a wrong way to get $10 million.
if the way that you get 10 is to accept 3, that's the wrong way.
Getting $3 million is pretty sick, man.
Yeah. Also, Tom, check your heart doesn't tend to explode for everyone in your family privilege. Take the money and run, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 30 years. That sounds great to me.
You're
Gonna have it over 1,000 years.
Well, some of us aren't fleshy ticking time bombs, Eli.
Disagree.
All right.
Okay.
So pretty much immediately, Dickerson's coworkers at the Waffle House sued her. They claimed that they all had an agreement that if any of them won the lottery from a lottery ticket tip, well, then they totally all split it. And I guess they pinky promised or something because they took that fucking thing to court. The jury agreed that a pinky promise at the Waffle House is essentially a binding fucking contract.
What?
And then they sided with Dickerson's coworkers.
what?
And to give him credit, a couple of regulars testified that they also totally overheard them all agree to share any winnings, though I cannot imagine the unbearable shame of having to testify under oath that you were a regular at the Waffle House.
The jury comes out, they read the decision from a laminated verdict with a ketchup stain on it.
Fuck. I hope my high school girlfriend doesn't take me to court in Alabama because I definitely told her I was going to love her forever.
And find the clit.
I didn't promise that.
Let's not get crazy.
So the Alabama Supreme Court, an august body consisting most likely of the only 9 literate people in Alabama, they fucking disagreed, citing that any agreement amongst Waffle House waitresses about how they were going to share lottery winnings was not actually an enforceable contract because you can't make a contract about future gambling winnings. That would be illegal.
Well, there you go. And by the way, to be clear, this august body is about 2 years away from being headed by Roy Moore.
So all Dickerson now has had to do was defend her newfound fortune from her coworkers in court and move it all the way up to the Alabama Supreme Court. No problem. Probably a little, expensive, but, plenty more where that came from, hopefully. And then she was sued by Seward. The guy who gave her the fucking lottery ticket as the tip in the first place. He claimed they had an agreement that if she won the lottery, she would just buy him a truck. And I guess this judge evidently heard of the exact premise of the previous lawsuit in the paragraph I just fucking read, because he threw out the case. And you might think, okay, neat. Good week for Dickerson, right? No, you would be dead wrong. Very bad.
Okay, so to be fair, though, what I was actually thinking was, you guys remember that time she promised to repave my driveway if we ever brought her up on Citation Needed?
Crazily, the same week that the judge threw out that case, that same week, Tonda's ex-husband, a man named Stacy Martin, kidnapped her.
What?
Somehow, for some fucking reason, Tonda was in the car with Stacy. They'd been divorced for several years. I guess Stacy wasn't too happy. And while she was driving, Stacy lunged at Tonda and told her he was going to kill her. He forced her to drive to a boat launch at a place called Bayou Heron, which is exactly as fucking isolated and rednecky as it
Don't ever
sounds
do
like.
any of the things in that paragraph. Ever.
On again, off again, couples in the South is normally a reference to meth. So this is new. This is a new experience.
Refreshing.
All right, so once they got out of the car, Dickerson's cell phone rang, and I kind of love this part. Although Stacy at first refused to allow Tonda to answer it, she pleaded with him that if she didn't pick up the phone, that people were going to start looking for her. Stacy eventually relented, and Tonda reached into her bag and pulled out a gun instead of her cell phone. And
She had a gun the whole
Nice.
time?
I fucking love it.
She was playing it slow. I love it. Yeah.
Man.
Hang on, let me get the phone.
God.
Bam! Shot him right in the fucking chest. So this just upset Stacy like the fucking Hulk or something, and he attacked her and took the fucking gun from her. This next part, I cannot get enough of this next part. So Stacy now has the gun. So what does he do? He threatens to kill himself.
What?
With the gun that she just tried to kill him with because he was trying to kill her with it.
What now?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
He starts talking into a voice modulator to himself, just like, okay, bring me to the drop point. Wait, I don't know what's... I feel like I fucked this whole thing up.
I don't know, guys. People will do crazier stuff for money. I mean, just imagine what would happen if I won.
Welcome to The Scathing Atheist, starring Eli Bosnick. I'm No Illusions.
And I'm Bitch Tits McGee.
And I'm Eli Bosnick.
On this week's show, Eli will list everyone he fought with on Twitter this week.
Cecil will be here for round 44 of Best Friend Charades.
But first, the Elia tribe.
It's about waiters who walk too slow.
Again.
I know, right?
There isn't enough money for me to play charades with you.
Eli, I wish all your fantasies weren't a hellscape for me personally every time.
Yeah, you sound like Anna.
Yeah. Okay. Tracks.
All right, bringing it back. Imagine the scenario, right? Stacy has just been shot in the fucking chest. They are in the middle of nowhere. He's got the gun, but she has, a chest without holes in it. So this is a classic Mobile standoff, right? But Tonda is a way better person, certainly, than Eli or myself, because rather than just like goad Stacy into killing himself and then taking selfies with his dumbass corpse, she convinces him to let her drive him to the hospital to have his wounds tended to. And once they arrive at the hospital, police were called, but no charges were filed.
What? Okay, so I just realized every single story anyone has ever told that takes place in Alabama ended with someone incredulously saying, and then no charges were filed.
Okay, and so you might think, okay, Tonda's had a bad run. Okay, but surely things are going to get better. I guess they do in relative terms. She doesn't get kidnapped again, but she's not in the clear. Now the IRS is after her. The IRS claims she owes taxes on money that she gave away to her family. So the way this works is a certain amount of money is allowed to be gifted to family without anyone having to pay taxes on it. And Dickerson gifted money to family, and then her family used that money to invest in a business with her. And the IRS fought this arrangement. They wanted her to pay them $1 million in taxes. Remember, she's only taking in $375,000 a year. She ultimately prevailed in court, but it took a decade of fighting with the IRS to prevail. Today, Tonda Dickerson works as a poker dealer at the Golden Nugget Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. And that may or may not be a step up from Waffle House waitress in Alabama.
Okay, sorry. What business did she invest in? Burying money in the desert and hoping it grows into trees? How do you end up a poker dealer?
All right. Well, that was a fun preview of Ozark Season 4. Good stuff. But before we get to the preview of Cops Season 33 with the rest of the story, we're going to take a quick break for some apropos of nothing.
Do you want to play the lottery from home?
I sure do.
Tired of scratching tickets and picking numbers?
Heck yeah.
From the makers of the lottery comes the Money Bucket.
What's the Money Bucket?
Just place the national average lotto expenditure of your $234 into the Money Bucket, and once a week, we'll come by to collect it.
So convenient.
But it's not just at home. Get a Money Bucket for the office. Get a Money Bucket for your family. Even use a virtual Money Bucket to throw your money in a bucket online.
Okay, but what happens if I win?
You won't, but if you do, we'll give you $50 squajillion.
Wow, I could do so much with that money.
Well, if you put the same $234 into a 2% CD, you'd be guaranteed to just
nerd, boo, boo,
Fuck
nerd.
your dad.
Nobody cares.
The Money Bucket. Why the fuck not?
And we're back. When we left off, Tom just finished up the tragic tale of Tonda Dickerson losing all her money. So what's up next? Your divorce settlement? What do you
Okay.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Take it up with the
Jesus
Illinois
Christ.
statute. Rude. Anyway, moving on. Just in case you're thinking, okay, Tom, sure. That was a terrible story, but surely it's a one-off. You're fucking wrong. Money is just a socially agreed upon source of power, and going from normal Joe powerless to like fucking demigod overnight, it fucks people up. Take the case of Jeffrey Dampier. This is amazing. Jeffrey was just your ordinary guy until he won $20 million in 1996. After winning, Jeffrey used his winnings sensibly, first investing in a popcorn business. I mean,
Popcorn?
that's obvious. That's,
Yeah.
that's a given.
Locked in.
Then he lavished his sister-in-law with gifts, which
All right, that's locked in too.
that one seems a little maybe less obvious, except for you have to know that he was having an affair with his sister-in-law.
Also locked in.
Yeah, that affair didn't sit real well with his brother, who tied up both his sister and him, and then demanded that the sister-in-law choose either her life or Jeffrey's. She chose her life and shot Jeffrey in the fucking head and killed him.
Wow. Well, if you're taking notes here, don't ever take lottery tickets from Jigsaw. That's
All right, so I can have the annuity. That's the safe bet. But the lump sum inside this bear trap that goes on my face, I feel like that might be more.
But wait, so in your mind here, Tom, the impetus was the lottery winnings?
I mean, people have had crazier ideas of what to do with their money. I mean, just imagine if Tom had won.
Dude, we've been in the car forever.
Almost there. Almost.
Can't you just tell us what you did with your lottery money, Tom?
No, I'm not going to. That would ruin the surprise, and we're here. So,
The beach? Something on the beach? Did you buy a bar on the
nope.
beach?
Mm-mm. Not just something. Check it out.
You got rid of the ocean?
Yeah, the entire Pacific, boys.
What?
Quite a bit of grease in the wheels, let me tell you that one.
Why would you get rid of the ocean? What are you talking
Didn't like
about?
it. Just didn't like it, Heath. It's too big. It's too
big.
deep. Kind of gave me the willies. A lot of shit in there. I didn't want it anymore.
Right, but like without the oceans,
Ocean. I haven't done the Atlantic yet. I'm still
Sure.
working on that deal.
okay,
Yeah.
won't everyone die?
yeah, they will. But that's for sure, by the way. But you know what they say, Eli.
What's that, Tom?
Yeah, sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Got it.
All right, well, then there's the cautionary tale of garbage man Michael Carroll. In 2002, he won 9.7 million pounds. That's about $13 million, by the way, which he invested sensibly in treasury bonds. Or crack and prostitutes. So, yeah, it was the last two. It wasn't the treasury.
Well, yeah, but honestly, probably a more sound long-term investment than UK government. You know, I mean, it was 13 million now in 2002. I
Those
think
pounds
that's a
to
hell of
crack.
a lot more.
That was actually a really good move in
So
retrospect.
I love this. By the end of the first year, 12 months, 365 days, by the end of the first year, he was smoking. And I don't even honestly understand how this can be possible. $3,000 a day in crack.
Wow.
I've
That's a
never
lot.
bought crack, but it just seems like a fucking enormous amount of crack. Like just in volume. That is so much crack. I can't even understand that. And
Just
the
a
hookers,
wheelbarrow, like every day, going from his dealer's house.
so
That's
much crack.
conspicuous.
No,
I feel like
you could hold $3,000 worth of crack in your fist. You know what? Never mind.
Oh my
I'm sorry. What was the
God.
other thing that you were?
Noah also is amazed by that amount of.
That was probably a ton of crack there. Yeah, like you guys said.
All right, the hookers. He's at 4 hookers a day.
Okay,
He has
this one I get.
2,000 hookers over the course of the first year. And I love this snippet
Pretty
from the
bad.
article. There's a snippet from the article, which is immediately subsequent to the numbers I just read you about the quantity of crack and hookers, which says, quote, divorce was looming.
hammering out that relationship. We had to have a few talks.
All right, you better get that down to 3 hookers a day, young man. Yeah.
What did we say
This
in
guy
our
that-
vows? 3.
This guy then blew $1 million in horse racing. He spent another $1 million investing in a soccer team. I guess that was a loss. I don't know why or how. In 2010, he had to sell all of his cars and his mansion. He had so little money, he had to move into a tent in the woods. He went from mansion to tent in the woods, saying, quote, I find it easier to live off 42 pounds in dole than $1 million. And he promptly went both bankrupt and back to being a garbage man.
Well, sometimes the garbage man was inside you all along. So
It was inside 4 hookers a day.
That reminds me, what would you do if you won the lottery, Cecil?
okay, that's a really rude way to do a doodly do. I'm just saying. But I do know exactly what I do. I know exactly.
Can't believe he moved all the way to France.
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty out there. It's not.
Yeah, that's true. And we're here. All right. Cecil, buddy, you around?
Lower the drawbridge.
Lowering the drawbridge, sir. Presenting his Royal Duke in absentia, Sir Cecil of something Italian.
Thank you, Noah. Hey, guys.
Cecil.
Awesome castle, man.
Thanks, man.
Please,
So should I
yeah.
show you guys around? Super excited.
Was that Noah, by the way? The guy with the drawbridge?
Yeah, he's never been happier. Yeah, never been
looks
happier.
happy.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so this is Hambershaft. Had it rebuilt as an exact scale model of the castle in Burlow. This is the original window from which an archer shot the knee of Sir Edward Havisham.
Oh, that's cool, man. Cool.
Okay, well, this here is my weapon collection. This is King John's great axe and Henry VIII's broadswords over there.
Cecil, is that the throne of swords from Game of Thrones?
No, it's a throne of swords made out of actual medieval swords. I have my own blacksmith on staff, so
nice.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
And
You got a
this
blacksmith.
You have that.
is my pride and joy. Authentic, original trebuchet from the Battle of Agincourt.
Wow. It's neat. It's a neat trebuchet.
Yeah, no, it gets better. It gets better, Keith. It gets better. Piss Jester.
Yes, Sir Cecil.
Show the guest your trick, Piss Jester.
Yes, your lordship. I'm peeing.
It gets me every time. I love that.
I'm in yellow. I'm just grateful we still hang out. Just grateful we still hang out.
They didn't have trebuchets at the Battle of Agincourt because it's not a siege, but that's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
They didn't
I
have
love
room
the idea
for
that there'd
them.
just be still one left over that they
They
kept.
just kept one. Just kept one.
If they did have trebuchets, what angle would they have been?
45 degrees. Thank you very much.
Maximize.
All right, so there's the story of Jack Whitaker. That started off okay. He won $315 million in Powerball. He donated $7 million, started a relief fund for people in need. He gave $100,000 to the person who sold him the ticket, and he bought a house and an SUV just for some lady he sometimes bought sandwiches from. No shit.
Man.
Just here's a
I
house.
want to make this guy sandwiches.
Right? No shit. He was super generous. And that sounds pretty nice, but that also means that people now know you have money.
Just a bunch of
Yeah.
hot dog vendors and taco truck guys screaming at his front door about this counts as a sandwich too, asshole.
So sometimes when people find out you have money, they fucking sue you. And they did. In fact, Jack soon found himself the target of not like 1 or 2 lawsuits, but 460 lawsuits.
Wow.
This caused Jack rather a lot of stress because that's fucking insane. So the next time we hear from Jack, he's getting pulled over rather frequently for DUIs. Then in 2003, someone steals, and I swear that I am not making this number up, $545,000 in cash from his car, which was parked outside of a strip club.
What are you doing there, buddy?
That motherfucker was going to make it rain so hard and so long, he'd need to send a rainbow to the strippers to apologize for it. A fucking year later, the same thing happened again, but with only $100,000. But again, in cash from his car outside the strip club. $100,000.
This guy accidentally interchanged the "fool me once" adage for the "if at first you don't succeed" adage. That's a bad exchange on that.
But picture the scene of the crime here, right? Because the money is in his car and he's not. He's in the strip club, right? Which means I guarantee goddamn to you that he was running out of lap dance money, going back out to his car and then coming back in with more wads of cash. It happened twice. That's the kind of stupid this show was made for.
It's true.
But you know, at his heart, Whitaker was still a generous man. So he sometimes would give his teenage granddaughter just like a little walking around money. Teenage granddaughter, $5,000 of walking around money at a time to a teenager.
Wow.
Yeah. Naturally, she spent all that money on drugs, until in 2004, when her body was found in the trunk of a car wrapped up in a tarp.
Tarp.
So
Less fun.
bad times. 5 years later, Whitaker's wife divorced him, his house burned down, and his only daughter died. But
Jesus.
other than that, this guy was veritably drowning in happiness and joy.
Well, yeah, Tom, I mean, these stories are great and all, but you clearly are leaving out all of those days he went to a strip club with 5 figures and didn't get robbed, you know? She's a 6 figures. 6 figures
Also,
he
yeah.
was losing.
I feel like someone needs to investigate the reverse bell curve of how much money you have compared with how much drugs you want. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. I know there's a relationship, but I don't.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with one final story, and that is of Ronnie Music Jr. of Waycross, Georgia.
Huh.
Ronnie won $3 million playing the lottery, and he just, you got to invest that somewhere. You got to find some place to put that. So Being in Waycross, he naturally chose to invest in meth.
Fair. That's fair.
For fucking real. He
No, that's
invested. He invested his lottery money in a meth ring. He set himself up as the money man in a meth ring. When investigators raided his shit, they found $1 million worth of meth, dozens of firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and $600,000 in cash. And Ronnie is now facing life in prison.
So he used his millions in lottery winnings to make hundreds of thousands of dollars of meth earnings. That tracks. That's pretty Waycross.
Okay, Mr. Judgy, what would you do with your lottery winnings?
Oh boy, let me tell you.
Houston, we're ready for launch in 3, 2, 1.
You did it, man. The first privately funded NASA satellite.
Isn't she a beaut?
Yeah, I heard it's going to take brand new photos of the Nebulon galaxy, right?
I heard it contains a brand new outreach disc like the Voyager, but it's focused on humanism and has a message of peace.
True and true.
Nice.
Wow. No, I got to say, I'm surprised.
How's that, Cecil?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm a little embarrassed to admit, but with your angry guy persona, I always thought you might use your lottery winnings on petty vengeance. Instead, you just threw it all to make a world a better place. And man, I underestimated you, and I'm sorry for that.
Apology accepted.
Hey, guys, where's Tom?
Well, about
You? Oh, did you lure him onto the satellite and shot him into space? That's what you did, right? You shot him into
a
space?
little bit. I did it a little
Okay.
bit.
All right.
There it is.
I need a new co-host for the other show, guys.
I can afford it.
All right, so I thought about this, and I guess the moral of the story is here. People are just bad at having money, so just skip that step and send it to me. I would be better at having your
Yeah,
money.
you would be
That's-
better than these guys. Yes, you
Yeah,
would.
yeah.
It's a low
All
bar.
right. So, besides having everybody send their money to you, if you had to summarize what you've learned in one sentence, what would
Seriously,
it be?
take the fucking annuity. I mean, just do the math. Punch the numbers. Get an account. One account.
All right. Ed, are you ready for the quiz?
Sorry, I was buying a lot of meth when you answered that question. So, yes.
So, yes. Okay.
All right, Tom. Just how much crack did Michael Carroll smoke? A. According to the United Nations World Drug Report, crack is about $100 a gram, so something like 30 grams a day. B. Fuck. What do people
That's
like
so
so
much.
much about crack anyways?
Madness.
C. I'm a skeptic. I ought to try some and see what all the fuss is about. B. Tom, can I borrow your kids? I need to borrow your kids. Let me borrow your kids. It's going to be fine.
Keep asking if you could borrow my kid. Nobody loans kids. Nobody loans. I shouldn't say nobody.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't borrow the kid. D, you can borrow the kids. You can have them.
Correct.
But they,
You don't have to
Nice.
give
if
them
they
back.
loan
You don't
kids,
have to sign
they
them out.
don't
It's fine.
then kill them, so somebody else does that. All right, so I got one for you, Tom.
All right.
Which of the following sentences was actually spoken by one of the subjects of this week's episode? A. Hold on there, Epiphany. I have more 50s in my glove box.
Epiphany.
B. Hold on, let me see if your wife's decent. C. Think of how much meth we could get with all this meth. And D. How about you shove your scattered, smothered, covered, peppered hash browns up your fucking ass this time, Karen?
Well, having some intimate familiarity with Waycross, Georgia, I have to feel like the answer is definitely C. It's buying meth.
It
That's
is,
more
see,
meth.
actually, it was the actual full quote is think of how much meth we could get with all this meth, comma, Noah. Right? So there's that part. I thought I was going to make it too easy, but you got it anyway. Well done.
Okay, Tom, last question. What was the name of the lottery that the guy who fucked 2,000 prostitutes a year won? A, Sucky for Life. B, Deflower Ball. C, Smegma Millions. Or D, Slotto.
E, all of the above because they're fucking perfect. Like, how do you choose? How do you choose among perfection?
Absolutely. It's like having a
It's-
favorite child.
It's all the above correct. You win.
Oh, you win, but also, more importantly, Cecil wins. Cecil,
Yes.
who do you want for next week?
How can I possibly win and be the essayist? But I will be. I will pick myself and host the episode.
Perfect.
Oh, it's almost like there should be some kind of format
solo
to this.
show. Quarantine's
When everybody
rough.
makes fun of the formula and then they don't use it, and then all of a sudden things fall apart. And you know, mad about it.
One of you
right.
will be the host next week.
Sounds like a great idea.
All right. Well, for Tom, Noah, Cecil, and Eli, I'm Heath. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, Cecil will be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can hear Tom and Cecil on Cognitive Dissonance, and you can hear Eli, Noah, and myself on God Awful Movies, The Scathing Atheist, The Skeptocrat, and D&D Minus. And if you'd like to help us all out by buying us some Hot Pockets and help Eli by buying him some textured soy pockets, I guess, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, listen to past episodes, connect with us on social media, or take a look at the show notes, be sure to check out citationpod.com.
And how were those pancakes today, Sugar?
My dear, they were wonderful. Are you ready?
Oh, I sure am.
All right. Heads
Yay!
and tails. Sorry, Dumpling. Sorry about that.
I will.
Please, okay, I will give you both $1 to stop doing this. It's infinitely more money than you'll make at this game, I promise.
No
Get
deal.
on out of here. Just get on out of here.
All right. What if I give you all some crack?
Oh boy, I'm in.
Yeah, let's fucking party.
Okay, great.
I'm pregnant.
I know.